I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, on my way to meet a woman who recently took some video of some extraordinary UFO lights in the skies. This sighting happened in 2019, but there's been strange activity here for over 60 years. And eyewitnesses are convinced these lights are not of this world. Dr. Lynn.
So good to see you.
I hear that you had a really impressive sighting.
I was right in this area. I was home. This is before 7 o'clock, and it was dark. And I'm sitting in front of the TV. The lights started to flicker. And when those lights went out, then the TV went off. I saw huge balls of amber light, like nothing you've ever seen before. So I grabbed my camera and I started photographing them.
Can I see the photos that you took?
Absolutely. First one and then another pop up, so there were 4 altogether.
Yeah, I see there's 4.
The lights all appeared in a line, a formation, as if they were connected to a singular craft.
They were so unusual. Technology-wise, it seemed that there was an intelligence behind them. And I noticed an eerie silence, as if time had stopped. It felt like something was watching me.
Wow.
It was extraordinary.
Were you seeing any lights, like from aircraft in the area?
There were planes coming into the airport, Sky Harbor International Airport, at the same time.
So we compare this, which we know is a plane. Look how bright these are.
Quite different from any plane.
So you have video of this as well?
I do. This is a video.
Oh, wow.
The video also shows the bright lights in formation, hovering in place. They are too close to each other to be helicopters and too bright to be drones.
You got something really impressive, like just hovering out there.
Exactly.
But there's more. This is not the first time Dr. Katai has seen UFOs in the Arizona skies. Almost 25 years ago, Dr. Katai filmed what has become known as the Phoenix Lights.
I've been seeing these phenomena since March 13th, 1997.
Among ufologists, the Phoenix Lights have become one of the most iconic UFO videos ever filmed. 20,000 citizens reported seeing the strange object pictured in Dr. Katai's video. They described it as a mile-wide, triangle-shaped craft with 6 distinct lights. It crossed roughly 300 miles of airspace, with reports coming in from Phoenix to Tucson. And one of the witnesses turned out to be a famous actor.
One of the private pilots happened to be Kurt Russell.
I saw 6 lights over the airport in absolute uniform in a V shape, and I reported it. And they said, we're not painting anything, we don't show anything. I said, well, okay, I'm going to declare it's unidentified, it's flying, and it's 6 objects. That was the most viewed UFO event. Over 20,000 people saw that.
Thousands of people? What's going on?
It could possibly be, I think, the greatest mass sighting in our country's history. And you had a front row seat.
I did.
I'm in Dexter, Michigan, on my way to see Sheriff Harvey. Now, Sheriff Harvey is long since retired, but in 1966, he was the sheriff in charge when Dr. Hynek was sent to investigate the Dexter UFO. Sheriff Harvey,
Yes,
pleasure
sir.
to meet you. I'm so excited to talk to you about this case because it's been one of those iconic cases I read about as a kid, and I hope that you can kind of fill in some blanks for me and get to the bottom of this.
I will do my utmost.
I have some of the original documents that might help jog your memory. First of all, if I could take you back now to 1966.
I was a young sheriff, the second youngest sheriff in the state of Michigan. At that time, there was one sighting after another in Dexter.
I understand you spent a lot of time with Dr. Hynek when he came into town.
I never heard of Professor Hynek, didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
But I knew that, it had to be somebody important. My curiosity got the best of me. And I said, Dr. Hynek, what have we got? And I remember him saying to me, I don't know. I found that very strange, you know. When we got back to my office, he said, I got to call Washington. That stuck with me so much, I got to call Washington.
Okay.
He was in there for quite a while. And he came out, Professor, what do we got? What do we got? He said, it's swamp gas. I'd like to die. Swamp gas.
So he was pretty definitive about this.
Oh,
He was
boy,
just...
yes. You know, it didn't take an idiot to figure it out. I get a call from Washington, and Washington is saying, you better say it's swamp gas, get your butt out of there, and come on back to Washington. You think about that for a minute. He had no idea, but then when he makes a call to Washington, all of a sudden, he comes out with, it's swamp gas.
How frustrating.
Wow. Yes, I was disgusted. What is swamp gas?
I've never seen it. It's like,
Yeah, insulting to anybody's intelligence. I think we could have come up with something better than that.
But there's more. Sheriff Harvey has never before revealed information, something that doesn't appear in any of Dr. Hynek's Project Blue Book reports. Hours before the news conference and Hynek's call to Washington, Sheriff Harvey and Dr. Hynek visited the swamp on Frank Manor's farm and found something.
We got to the Manor farm. Dr. Hynek got out of the car. And in the back field, the grass was down in like a circle. It was matted down, you know, like something just laid on it.
That's not in any of the reports. Is it possible that Hynek purposely left that out? He left out what you had seen with him, the depression.
I know that I seen it, and so did Hynek. He went up to it.
To Sheriff Harvey, the possibility that a UFO landed here is real. Catalina Island, less than 20 miles off the coast of Los Angeles, is believed to be a USO hotspot. For years, fishermen have told stories of strange lights appearing underwater. Fisherman Brad Castle had an ominous encounter here in 2007. And for the first time, he's willing to share his story on camera.
You know basically why we're here. We're looking at Catalina because we've been told that it's a hot spot of activity for, shall we say, strange phenomena.
Yeah, no,
Right.
absolutely it is.
But you had a story where something happened below.
Yeah, I've seen all kinds of things in the water that happen from bioluminescence and phosphorus, but what happened can't be explained by all the things that I've seen in all the time I've been on the water. They're probably 7, 8 miles past the east end of Catalina, headed towards San Clemente, and it was super dark. It was about midnight. And as we're cruising along, the ocean just lit up. At least 100 yards in every direction around where we were on the boat. It was bright, bright white light. Super, super brilliant. And it was shocking. It was so bright. When it came on, it just took your breath away. You couldn't see the water because the light was so bright, and it extended so far around the boat, and we were right in the middle of it. We were lit up. It was like we were in the middle of a light bulb. The guy that was with me actually screamed. Wow. It was just insane. It was so brilliant.
Did you feel at this instant that maybe you and your friend weren't going to live?
Absolutely, we did.
Fearing for his life, Brad had no choice but to ride out the blinding light.
I just had a death grip on the wheel. There was a moment where we're feeling like we're at its mercy. We had no power over this. Whatever it was could have done whatever it wanted.
Feeling his boat being pulled towards the light, Brad gunned the engine.
And then it, boom, was off like that. And when that pitch black happened...
You're almost blinded.
Yeah, it was just, you couldn't see anything. It just felt like we were driving off of a cliff.
If there were some type of craft above you, would you have been able to hear it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. This wasn't above us. This was definitely below.
Right.
This was underneath us, and it lit up. The light was coming up.
You could see something. Did you see any form or shape underneath
Nothing,
it?
nothing. You couldn't really look into the water because it was so bright. It was so bright. It was just unbelievable.
I have a aeronautical chart here, and this is what I often use to fly with. I'm wondering if you kind of show me where your sighting was. Here's Catalina, there's San Clemente.
Approximately right here, about 20 miles past Catalina, right in this area right here.
Do you know what the depth was there?
Oh, gosh, the depth had to be, it had to be a couple thousand feet at least.
Just like the USO off San Diego, this craft seemed to use the deep water to its advantage.
Do you have any friends off in Catalina that have seen some of the same stuff?
Most of the people won't talk about them too much. They don't like elaborate a whole lot because they don't want to look like, they don't want to feel like they're crazy or people look at them like they're crazy. But there's a lot of people that have lived there forever, have had experiences.
Something dangerous is happening off the shores of Southern California. What are these USOs up to? And how concerned should we be?
Hi, I'm Melissa.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kataria.
Nice to meet
Come
you.
on in.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me.
Absolutely.
We've come across several cases, and the more that I understand what's happening from different accounts, the more we can try to get some answers here.
This was the most profound experience that I've ever had.
It was an otherwise quiet evening, and Kataria was enjoying some time to herself.
While I'm laying there, I hear sounds above my apartment, like the sound of a ship or a propeller or something. It was loud, yet faint at the same time.
Suddenly, Kataria was sucked upward by a bright light and propelled into another world.
It was just like my spirit shot straight up out of my body.
Astral projection is an out-of-body experience in which one's body remains on Earth, while one's consciousness travels to other worlds.
And I'm looking into this world at millions of blue light beings, electric beings. They were 20 feet tall.
Kataria was paralyzed in fear, unable to move, and with no escape, she felt the beings closing in around her.
I was freaking out. I was shaking all over. I was having a full panic attack. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. These things are terrifying, and I just don't know what would actually happen to me.
Were these members of the Arcturian alien species? As the beings surrounded her, one suddenly came forward and spoke to Kataria telepathically.
One of the masculine energies, I would say, spoke and stated, "We would like to initiate you into our world."
The being offered Kataria limitless knowledge about the universe.
I was afraid. I was terrified. He placed a turquoise crystal in the palm of my hand and said, "You can come or you can stay."
But before she could answer, she was back in her bedroom. with the turquoise crystal in hand.
That scare you?
Yeah, I had a full panic attack. I was shaking profusely. I had never experienced anything like that. And at the time, if you would have asked me what I thought about aliens, I would have told you I don't.
Nothing in her life could explain her encounter, so Kataria began reading everything she could to learn more.
And so I grabbed a book called The Egyptian Book of the Dead, and I grabbed another book called Universal Medicine.
And got the shock of a lifetime.
I was like, oh my God. Now I'm freaking the flip out. And in the book, he starts talking about this race of beings.
Beings called Arcturians.
He states that they're blue, they're 20 feet tall, they're electric, and I'm like, wait a minute.
The similarities between the Arcturians and Kataria's abductors send a shiver down her spine.
Now, what was interesting about this book, he detailed his experience in several encounters with the beings, and he shared pretty much the same experience.
I've worked with abductees who have seen these type beings and do report them. What they basically report is a blue-skinned entity that is extremely intelligent and are interested in us as literally more like lab rats. From my point of view, there's something else that we need to know, and they're a lot smarter than you think they are.
Did reading the book change how you felt about the Arcturians?
After I read the book, I trusted them.
Do you feel this experience was something that was enlightening for you?
I feel very understood and accepted by them. And it allows me to feel more sensitive to just all energy of life.
Wow, what do you think these Arcturians are?
To my understanding, they're just beings that dwell in a different dimension.
The Arcturians appear to be on a spiritual plane. Abduction can mean different things to different types of entities. It doesn't matter. You're going to get inside the ship in some way, and their technology, their use of physics is nothing like ours. We're not being told the whole story, and that's the part that bothers me about the dimensional phenomena.